Shalom, this is Rabbi Mark Angel at the Institute for Jewish Ideas and Ideals. Thanks for joining us. Please visit our website, jewishideas.org. The Institute stands for and fosters an intellectually vibrant, compassionate, and inclusive Orthodox Judaism. The question we received today was about whether it is permissible to eat in a vegan restaurant that doesn't have rabbinic supervision. It's an interesting question for a variety of reasons. Theoretically, vegan restaurants would be only serving purely vegetarian foods that have no halakhic problems in terms of kashruth. However, there are several considerations here. One is that we don't know for sure, if there's no rabbinic supervision, we don't know for sure what the ingredients in fact are. People could sneak things in, they could call it vegan and still put in ingredients that are not supervised, not kosher ingredients. It even happens in kosher establishments that have rabbinic supervision that sometimes the proprietors, the cooks, are able to try to sneak things in that aren't according to the kashrut rules. So that's the first problem. The second problem is known as bishul akum, of eating food that's been cooked and prepared entirely by non-Jews. This is for information about bishul akum, you can check in the Shulchan Aruch Yoreh De'ah number 113, or easily enough go to google.com and you can just type in bishul, B-I-S-H-U-L, akum, A-K-U-M, and they'll give you a list of kashrut agencies, what rules they have relating to this problem. The laws of bishul akum primarily were one, to guarantee that the food is kasher, and the second was to prevent socialization between Jews and non-Jews that might lead to intermarriage. If you're going to a vegan restaurant, it's unlikely that you're going to marry the chef, and this concern is probably very minor. Nonetheless, it is on the books and people are concerned about it. So the real answer is, if you have a choice of going to a vegan restaurant or a other kind of restaurant that's under rabbinic supervision, you should certainly go to the restaurant under rabbinic supervision and prefer a kashrut, a kosher establishment, rather than a vegan establishment that is not under any rabbinic supervision. However, if you're in a location where there virtually are no other options, you're traveling, you're in a small city, and the only kosher available food, or the only presumably kosher food that you could find, is in a vegan restaurant, then I would say it's permissible, but on the following condition: that you don't eat with bread, that you consider it a snack rather than a full meal, because part of the bishul akum rules has to do with whether the meal that you were eating that was prepared by a non-Jew would be fit to serve before a king. And one opinion is that if there's no bread being served, it's not considered to be a formal meal, so therefore you don't have to be as concerned about the laws of bishul akum. So in sum, one, you should prefer to go to a kosher restaurant. There's no question about it. Two, if you must find yourself in a situation, if you must eat in a vegan restaurant, then you should ask for permission to go to the kitchen and look around, or ask questions and determine to the best of your ability whether there could possibly be any non-kosher ingredients in the process. It's unlikely, but nonetheless, you should at least ask. And third, once you've determined that there are no unkosher products as part of the restaurant's servings, then you should eat the meal as a snack rather than as a full meal. Just don't eat bread, don't say hamotzi, just say the blessings on the vegan food as are appropriate. This is, again, advice in case of emergency, but first choice is always, of course, to go to a kasher restaurant. This is Rabbi Mark Angel at the Institute for Jewish Ideas and Ideals. Please feel free to share your questions with us. You can send your questions to info@jewishideas.org. Again, we wish you all the best. Thanks very much for tuning in. Chazak, chazak, best wishes.